continue. Mr. Bong did mention that we never change. There are 4 objectives, you know, 宗旨创党的宗旨。第一 number 1 actually is on what is it? Democracy. Okay, I think it's number 2 there. Number 3 is talking about multiculturalism, multiracial. The 4th one also talk about multiracial. The first one is independence. Independent, democracy, multiracial, and then multiracial again in different aspects. So these 4, I don't see any change, right? Yeah, that's exactly what Mr. Bong has said. It's written here, all in here, right? So and as I said ago, just now, SUPP, together with others, under the British colonial, has undergone democratic changes since then. Okay, that is very important, yeah, because in those days, we know security threat is number 1. What's number 1, right? The communist was perceived as a threat. Okay, then many people, for your information, the struggle of the communists has lost life about 2,000 lives over the years. 2,000, yeah, more than 2,000. Right, so it is very tragic. So anyway, the democratization has happened versus socialist movement. Okay, and you have people like Chan Xiaohee. Have you known Chan Xiaohee? Of course, yeah. If you don't know him, then probably you are not read enough. He is 我们红人. So, all right, and people like Wen and so on. I don't want to mention, but Chan Xiaohee is a household name. All right. So Chan Xiaohee, for example, he has tried to change his ideological mentality, right, from socialist, and eventually took up. But what happened is in 80 something, right, under Wong Sung Kai, he actually changed the party constitution from being socialist to democratic. So he dropped the word socialist. That was a big issue then. I know I talked to many old folks. They are not, including Chan Xiaohee. I talked to Chan Xiaohee so many times. He was very angry with, very disappointed, I would say. Yeah. So, but that is a critical point for us to see the political culture change. Because if you don't know this background, it's very hard for us to grasp the political nature, culture of SUPP and Sarawak. We can study worldwide, it's different. America is different. US, Singapore is different. But Indonesia is different. Here is different. Okay? Alright? So we get on with it. The next thing I want to talk about actually is that I'm going to put the paging here. Okay? I just mentioned although that the just concluded state election 2021, Kuching constituency was what can showcase another cultural change or political change in terms of election of that Li Yong as candidate as the supposed to be grassroots proposal, but it was not taken up. Yeah, so finally our premier, our chief minister Abang Jo followed the same idea. So there is a lot of schism there, a problem there, and political culture can we show the procedure is not really, is it following, or is there another culture coming in? So if there is a new culture, can SUP accept it, should accept it or not? Is it fit into the world political cultural change? Or should we listen just to a branch? Should we just listen to this one? So here I give some hints here and there, based on some theoretical underpinning. I would not like to, stay at one side, but I would like to tell you how political scientists or theorists see the whole thing worldwide. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of this political culture of SUP, we can also see Dr. Jerry, for example. He jumped from place to place. Now we have the anti-hopping law, okay, and yet he won big, quite big, right? So there is Mambong a big problem for SUPP, or not a problem. We never know. It could be a new political culture, but the fact is that SUPP has lost important seat, and it's to fight back is another thing. Okay. Now, what is the underlying factor? Okay, right? Of course, the other one is maybe we talk a little bit about Richard Riot. Richard Riot has been there in the 6th term. First term, 1990, he was not actually an MP under SUPP. But after that one, he independent, he joined SUPP and he became the winning bigger majority as I look at it, except last one is a bit dropped, but still very big. So Richard Riot, all this, can you see Jerry, this one and all these things? There is a political change, there is a cultural change. Now, we are not trying to look at every factor to see, so I think all of you are wise enough to figure out what is it. But I want to just share with you, in terms of understanding the whole thing, we need to look at the factor called multiculturalism. Okay? We are multicultural. That's why we have Jerry. That's why we have Richard. That's why Lily Yong and his proposed candidate, and so on. So just introduce to you this book. I written one in particular, Jawawi, Professor Jawawi. He has written one good book on this, multiculturalism. You can see that Sarawak is really rich in culturalism, multiculturalism. And if we don't appreciate that, we'll miss the whole mark of it. And I just like I said that SUPP is a multicultural and multiracial major party. And it just fits into the Sarawak multiculturalism perfectly well. Okay, but we also see many people try to understand PBB, right? Parti Persatuan Bumiputra, right? Well, why? Now, many of you may not understand it. It is actually in political science, we see that as a communal party. It's not multicultural, it's not multiracial, it's communal party because they only have natives. Okay, you see, it is patterned after UMNO. Why I say so? Because UMNO also absorbs Sabah's Bumiputra. All right, they have members there. And actually, if you remember, our Tun Yaakob was a UMNO member. So you can see that all this correct. All this will tell you that PBB is quite in line better with SUPP is quite in line with Gerakan, our counterpart in West Malaysia. All right, they are multiracial. So these are unchanged political setup, but the culture come out of it. The communal politics is the one we are concerned about. Are we to accept communal politics, which to me is moving to a bit towards the right? Racial a little bit. We are not totally racial. If you are old Dayak community, old Chinese community like MCA, used to be there was SCA in Sarawak, totally wiped out. Okay, so actually Sarawak does not accept singular or uni party, racial party. Okay, so I'm questioning now PRAs. Sorry, not PRA. It's PRAs. But PDP is he is a multiracial party, multicultural. Okay, so these are the things that we are talking about. It's all under political culture, field of political science. It's just like political economy. It's a subfield of political science. So now, just like I said, multiculturalism, because of our makeup, I just give you some facts. This book and the historical document tells us that, for example, I think 20 out of 34 of the first central committee of SUPP were Bumiputra, were natives. So it's more than half in the first central committee. First central committee of SUPP. You can see that actually for my book here, maybe it's good. See, there is a pictorial presentation of how multiracial we were, 1959, 56, 30, and so on. You can see all these Orang Ulu, Iban, Hidayu. I was happy to find out that this, some of you know the Semonggong Salau of Semerumbu. Lunduk guy, you know or not? There's a road called Salau Road already. You don't know? No. The big road named after him. And then his kampung is there, Serembu lah, Singawan there. He was from SUPP, the founder member.
There's the road dekat Pending. American Saleh.
American Saleh, correct. And then of course
near the sun.
all right, okay.
All right.
And then Barbara Bay, all these
yeah.
people, okay. Yeah. So I'm just telling you that in the older days, they were the founding members. I think I have the figure. It is written here in my footnote. Anyway, you check over it. Yeah, it's here. 10 out of 34. 10 out of 34 were the founder members. Were natives. So you see, it's not that we try to sponsor it. Actually, it's a natural. We call it natural multiculturalism. Okay. So this book, we study it. There is such thing as called natural. In other words, it comes naturally, right? And I want to introduce our founder of this one. That is Ong Ki Hui. If you look at him, he was an agriculturist. Yeah, he had a very strong background. Ong Kiang Sui, Ong Yu Hai, all these people. Yeah, Ong Kuan Yin. But Ong Ki Hui was very multicultural, and he attracts all his friends to his household, and he was extremely multicultural. So this is the founder. That's why he can start, and people believe in him, together with Stephen Yong and so on. So if you look at his memoir, there are two copies here. You begin to see that actually the natural sponsorship of multiculturalism in SUPP versus or as opposed to the state sponsor. I try to elaborate a little bit. Some people, some country, they put together and force things to happen. That is called state sponsor. Yeah, they force you. Yeah, but natural is very, that's brother and sister. I mean with us. It's very natural. We come together and we have a common aim of independence, or democracy, or multiculturalism, to uplift the multiculturalism and harmony. Because we know we are in Sarawak. Sarawak, the first win from SUPP is about 28% of the whole thing. So it's quite representative of the party strength in those days. Okay, so I just talk on multiculturalism, and it is a key mark of a place. If you want to understand Sarawak, we want to theorize political culture. If you don't understand multiculturalism of Sarawak, then we miss the point. Okay, I will open this for a short comment or a question. Yeah.